I understand that you actually met some achievements and you also achieved some. Let's count them one from the beginning. What are some of the achievements the committee has made that is worth mentioning and celebrating in 60 years?
Yes. The academic calendar that we now run in the Nigerian university system, in fact, the Nigerian educational system was a product of the Committee of Vice Chancellors. Before then, we were running two academic calendars. The universities were running October to May, which was the global standard, while the secondary schools were running January to December. And it meant that a student who finished university, who finished secondary school in December will stay at home till September of the following year before he could be admitted to the university, because the university admission will have happened before he finished, you know. And it became a concern for fresh intake into the university. So the Committee of Vice Chancellors in their preliminary meetings met to discuss that issue, that there was a need to harmonize the calendar so that you don't keep qualified students at home for a very long time. So that was something that we achieved, to have this uniform system whereby you finish secondary school in June, and then by October, if you wrote the qualifying exams, you came into university system. Right. The second major output that came out of the Committee of Vice Chancellors was the admission itself. Before then, each university was conducting qualifying exams. So a bright student can write 4 qualifying exams, pass all of them, but can only take up 1 admission. And technically speaking, might deny 3 people admissions. Because then the communication process was not as straightforward as we have now. So the Committee of Vice Chancellors initiated the conversation that ended up in what we now have, the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, whereby you wrote qualifying exams, you selected the universities of your choice, you selected the course of your choice, and then once the results came out, you went to that university that you chose. We were the first, I was among the first set of students to write JAMB in 1978.
That's
yes.
amazing.
So yes, that year, 113,000 of us wrote JAMB, and 13,000 of us were given admission to go to the various universities. So that's how we all spread ourselves around. So a third major achievement has to do with the standardization of the academic curriculum, so that if you were going to transfer from one university to another, it would be seamless, as it were. You know, which core courses did you take? Which composite courses did you take? Which general courses did you take? There was a bit of standardization that came out of a conversation between the Committee of Vice Chancellors and the National Universities Commission, that is the regulator of the Nigerian university system. And then, of course, there is the issue of the academic integrity. It was the Committee of Vice Chancellors that introduced anti-plagiarism software technologies into the Nigerian university system, because we saw that as an emerging threat that needed to be dealt with. And so went out of our way to procure technologies that will help manage the system. So these were some of the highlights of what the Committee of Vice Chancellors have done in the last 60 years, as it were.
That's splendid. And you know, there's also one matter that also we have to find out and test the strength and also